Welcome to Mellow_YouTube K. Okay, we're gonna be looking today at No Brick Peak. This deck was created by Tord Reklev. For those of you who have been following Tord's deck building for a while now, pretty much ever since Zoroark rotated, he tends to play four-ofs of a lot of things, and that's kind of what this deck is. So my initial thought when I saw him playing this deck was, oh, he's going to start to make changes, and it's going to start to look like regular Peak. You know, he's going to add stuff like E-Switch, Big Charms, and after playing the deck, I disagree. I actually think E-Switch and Big Charm are completely unnecessary. If you've been on my Twitch channel before, you know I don't like hammers. I made, tied for 9th place in the Players' Cup 2 for North America without hammers. I did top 4 at the Chill Last Chance qualifier, which was 130-something person tournament without hammers. I don't think you need hammers. If you play PikaRom properly, you don't need to add the hammers in there. Like, it does help if you hit high RNG. But, like, if you're saying, oh, I win if I get high RNG, then you're not... Why play that deck? Just play a better deck at that point. So, the big differences between this and a typical PikaRom list, besides the lack of hammers, are we have 4 Boltunds. The idea, just like when you played 4 Stellar Wish Jirachi, even though you were probably going to use 1, maybe 2 in a game, we want to start it. That is a big deal. Boltund is a great card. You never want to play less than 2 Boltund in one of these decks, because against decks like Luke Metal or against the Mirror Match, Boltund is just one of the best cards, both early game and late game. And we're going to go up to 4 to start it. And you'll see, I recorded a lot of videos with this deck, or a lot of games with this deck, in order to get the 2 that you're going to see. And, man, a lot of the time, we just are so consistent. We had our opponents scooping incredibly fast. So it's not that we were, like, getting bodied in the other games. It's just, we were doing what we had to do so efficiently and so fast. And part of that is because we start Boltund, like, half of the games. And the games we don't start Boltund, we have stuff like extra Mewtwo's, extra Raichus, so that we can then use one of our 3 Air Balloons to retreat it. Peak is your worst starter. You do not want to start Peak. Starting PikaRom feels very bad with this deck. Like, sometimes even starting Dedenne is better, because you can Air Balloon Dedenne. And so that's what this deck has done. We've maximized our chances to start one of our best starters. We've also added the Mewtwo, which is incredibly good against ADP. The idea against ADP is you go Electrify to Mewtwo, they go GX, and then you go and Tandem Shock it. And when you Tandem Shock it, that's going to require them to have quite a bit to get out of it. They might be able to Ultimate Ray, but then they need, like, Switch, Air Balloon, Energy, and Boss. And if they don't have all that, cool. We're fine. Very often they don't have the Switch, because ADP ditches their resources so quickly. And if they don't have the Switch, you just go full Blitz, full Send if you're like, you don't got a Leon in your deck or a Vitality Band, and then you just got game wrapped up. If they do have the Switch and they Ultimate Ray into you, you can full Blitz to a benched Mewtwo, knock out the ADP. They can knock out your Mewtwo, but then that benched Mewtwo can go ahead and full Send and plus a Reset Stamp to 2, and that's usually enough. So Mewtwo's incredibly good for the ADP matchup because you can Tandem Shock and full Blitz with the same Pokemon, which is incredibly nice. And then 4 Boss, 4 Marnie, 4 Research. Again, 4-ofs. You play 4 of all the good cards, and then you only draw good cards. So, hopefully, you enjoy the gameplay with this deck. I really like it. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do. I played it on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/mellow_magikarp, for like 3 hours to a ton of success. I went 13-2 with the deck. And then in filming this video, I went 5-2 with the deck. The deck is super consistent. One of those losses I didn't feature in here because it was not a very close game at all. It was a Vikavolt Yellhorn deck that just kept hitting hammerheads. This deck can get bodied by Luxax with, 3 or 4 hammerheads, but outside of that, you don't need E-Switch. It's totally fine. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some games with the deck, and hopefully you try it out. Hopefully you like it as much as I do. Alright. So, gonna get into a game. We ideally want to go second. We play the 4 Boltunds in order to electrify, but going first is okay, if preferably if Coco isn't prized. That's coin flip, that's fine. My opponent will pick to go first, typically. Yep. Okay. So this is good. We get our Boltund start. There's a reason we play 4 of them. This hand is actually very nice. So we get the turn 1 Swell. We get the attachment. 2 energy in the discard, which Interesting. My opponent chose to go first, even though this looks like it might be a Green Zard deck. This is not Green Zard. This is a Mewtwo deck. Interesting. Cynthia Caitlin tag calls. But Welder Mewtwo is a difficult matchup. Not impossible. At all. Paralyzed Stamp is very good. We also have our own Mewtwo's, which, if we save our Koko, I mean, it's probably not. We're not going to use Mewtwo. That's just, no. I don't think there's a world where using Mewtwo is going to be correct here. Okay, interesting. They quick ball the Cynthia Caitlin. Ah, the Surfetched. Sure. This is a... This will be interesting. So, I don't think I want to grab Mewtwo, but with the Surfetched, there is a possibility where we want to get our Mewtwo out. I mean, we'll also see. Unfortunately, we do have to ditch an extra lightning energy here. Okay, they're going to grab Dedenne and not use it? Sure. Drop the Swell. Speed. E-Radar, double lightning. Peak. Raichu. We do have Koko. Okay. I don't think... I'm not super afraid of the Surfetched right now. I don't need the switch. I don't need the boss. And we could boss stall and then just electrify. I think I'd rather just research. Let's see some more cards. These are good cards to see. Bench that. There's no way. They're not going to Marnie. They could stamp potentially. Go with 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We could hit 190 next turn, so we can't actually go like Boss KO Surfetched. Well, my opponent also can't do much. They could Crushing Punch us if they have an Incineroar, but the Welder for 1's not a great start. Okay, resetting hold to get rid of our Swell, that's fine. The Swell still force them to make that play instead of getting like another attacker. So potentially we should have gone in with the Raichu. Interesting. Okay. So the most likely play for my opponent is going to be switch into Surfetched. Go there. Okay, double switch. We could just hit this. And Marnie. We're gonna go grab the Koko now. Hit him with the Marnie. So we're gonna go ahead and full blitz, power up the Raichu. Yeah, because they play Welder, we can't really use our Mewtwo. Let's go 1, 2. Full blitz. Put 3 on Raichu. Okay. They don't really have any attacks I'm afraid of. The only thing they can really do is go in with Surfetched. And if they go in with Surfetched, it's like annoying. But it's definitely not game winning. Okay, they grab the Gengar Mimikyu. If they use that, I think we just win. So they definitely, that's not their ideal play. Okay, let's see if they hit the switch. Or a Malolana, potentially? Actually, that would be annoying. They play Tag Call, so they might play Malolana. This is fine. Oh, alright, show me the switch. Yeah, this is less fine. Okay. So we're going to try and stamp to 1 full blitz this. Promote the dog. Go ahead and put the speed on. Okay, I guess we're not going to Marnie. Stamp. And go ahead and come up. And full blitz. They can't attack twice in a row. They could hard retreat, but then they're out of energy. Wait, did I miscount my energy? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Okay. No, Mewtwo can still do work. Mewtwo can still do work. Scrapper's fine. So let's see if they hard retreat. If they do, we'll figure out what we do. I think we're going to end up boss KOing this Surfetched. Especially they're living off the top deck. Yep. That's fine. Boss. Let's see, I think I might want a Dedenne. Oh no, we're out of energy actually. What supporters do we have? We have plenty of supporters left. I think let's go ahead and Dedenne. So we're going to look for one of our 2 energies off the prizes, ideally. Stamp is good. Knockout. That way we can get this Mewtwo powered up. Because they can't Welder and Boss in the same turn, and this Mewtwo is going to go down on their bench. Okay, there's a speed good, so we can put the speed on the Mewtwo. And then we are pretty ready to start using Tandem Shock with that. Okay, they're going to get a bigger hand, but that's fine. Oh wow, they do not get a bigger hand. Boss KO their Mewtwo seems good. Full blitz, knockout. So they could stamp us to 1 if they top deck a stamp, but if they top deck a stamp, it doesn't matter. They could top deck a Welder, but now they're not Weldering to anything I'm afraid of. Yep, and there's the concession. Okay. So you can see the power of stamp to 1. That's one of the benefits of this deck. We did what we had to do every single turn. My opponent did not. And so we had a clear game plan of like, all right, we're going to stamp them to 1. We're going to force them to go through a thing. We can deal with the Surfetched if we have to because it can't attack twice in a row. And yeah, let's get into another game. Mellow from the future here. So the game we're about to watch is against Tord Reklev. We're playing a 60-card mirror. And I actually got to talk to Tord after and ask him because he was streaming the game. And one of the things that I say early in the game is that I don't want to bench Mewtwo. And actually going back and talking to Tord, he says that the Mewtwo bench would have been a correct play. So going to get Mewtwo, even though I did not have the actual opportunity, I benched the PikaRom, and I should not have benched PikaRom, and instead I should have hoped that I hit a Mewtwo, because knowing that neither of us play E-Switch, it would have been a better play to bench the Mewtwo and say, all right, there's no way you're going to knock this out. You can't power up a Mewtwo out of nowhere, and the odds of you having, you know, Coco Prism, Energy, Switch, and Boss in hand are incredibly low. And that would have given me the opportunity to knock out his Mewtwo as well. So being the first person to electrify in the mirror match, knowing they don't play E-Switch, it would have been better for me to grab the Mewtwo. Obviously, like I said, you'll watch the game. I don't have the real opportunity to grab a Mewtwo, but I say the incorrect thing, and I think it's actually super important. I learned from that, and part of the reason I make these videos is for y'all to learn too. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this game. We hit Tord, who is the inventor of this deck, so we have a 60-card mirror. I will choose to go second. And hand's not great. We're going to go ahead and start the Crobat. And they have an Eldegoss start, so it's not great for them either. So we can go E-Radar, grab a Peak and a Raichu. Okay, they're going to go ahead and grab their Mewtwo. And they're going to go ahead and grab their Mewtwo. Go 1, 2. So I think we're gonna go... Day, so we're looking for an energy and a Boltund. Okay, that would be the energy and the Boltund. So my opponent probably has a good hand. We can't get rid of a switch. Getting rid of the 4th energy sucks. Yeah, let's do it. Grab the Boltund. We're like running low on energy in the deck. Drop the speed. Treat. And let's go ahead and electrify to the Raichu. Okay. So I chose not to Marnie just because, I don't know, they had a low hand. I wasn't 100% sure. That could have been a big misplay. Yeah, so they're going to get the full blitz this turn. They're going to go pop Koko, attach, retreat. But the full blitzing into the Boltund is not something I'm super afraid of. Okay, there's their own Boltund. And they're going to have to bench a Dedenne. That is good for us. And there goes a stamp. Okay, so they only have 1 stamp remaining. So they're probably going to grab, I assume, like Raichu Dedenne? Raichu Peak, okay. So they definitely have a Dedenne in hand, or they just have the switch ready to go. Oh, there we go. So if they come up, we're definitely going to go for the Paralyzed play on them. That's why we kept the Switch last turn. Switch is one of your most valuable resources in the mirror match. Yep. And the clean Day. It's pretty good. Yep. So they're going to be able to switch out of this and paralyze me in return. I think we still have to make this play. We could have potentially held that energy for a speed. Yeah, and there's a speed. Hit him with the Tandem Shock. So they should be fine. Okay, that doesn't actually let them retreat. There's a Marnie. Okay. So they're looking for the switch. If they miss the switch, I think we're in a good spot. If they hit the switch, we are in a... well, it's a pretty good hand at least. There's a pause. Okay, there's going to be another Day. Can they KO me? 3, 6, 7, 8? No. They can hit 250. They are going to bench lock themselves. Oh, okay. So the odds of them whiffing switch are very low unless they prized a lot of them. Yep, there's a switch. Yep, they're going to paralyze me. That is a good play. But we can get out of this. We only have 2 switch left, unfortunately. Go E-Radar. We cannot bench... oh wait, where's our Koko? Oh, our Koko's prized! Oh no! That's a terrible spot to be in. I did not realize that. Oh shoot. So we have 2 switches left. So we just have to research. We still don't want to bench lock ourselves. Sick. go there. Oh, it's another energy down. Oh no. That feels really bad. So we're now bench locked. We have almost no energy left. Switch. Yeah, I think we lose this game. This feels incredibly bad. Okay. So my opponent should have another switch. They have a very little deck left. They have 2 switches remaining. They can then knock out my Raichu, and I just don't have a response. I might have to electrify. How many boss do they have left? They have 3 boss remaining. Oh no! Because then the Boltund can just literally just win the game. Okay. Yep. Yeah, there's nothing we can do here. Just kind of hope. Okay, Marnie means they probably had the boss in hand. Alright, we do not have a... Oh, we have to research away another energy? Oh no! That's 8. That's 8 of our 10 basics down. Oh, that's bad. That is exceptionally bad. Yep. So we have to hope we can electrify, hit a stamp. Gosh, we only electrify for 1 though. And that's a terrible top deck. Okay. Speed, stamp, stamp, stamp. Okay. Do we even have enough? We have no energy left in deck. Oh no. I think we just lose.